All right, well, Netflix shares up more than 6% today. There are two reasons. Number one, the company introduced a TV box that allows users to stream movies right to their TV, kind of going against their entire business model of mailing them through the post. And Lehman Brothers analyst Doug Anmuth raising his rating and price target on the stock, raising it to an outperform and upping the price target to 37 from 31. Joining us now is Doug Anmuth, the Lehman Brothers analyst who made that call. First off, why the upgrade?
Great, thanks, Brian. All right, so the upgrade this morning really based on a few key things. First, we think that trends in the second quarter continue to be very strong. All of the really the tailwinds that Netflix benefited from in the first quarter continue in 2Q. We think that will help in terms of their subscriber acquisition costs, churn, and then also the basically the marketing spend that they're going to do.
Movie stores, rental stores are becoming a thing of the past. I know Blockbuster, a store near my house, closed down. Blockbuster is getting more into Netflix's business, the mail order. Is Netflix winning more customers? Are people moving from the closed rental store to Netflix?
So people are definitely moving increasingly toward Netflix, toward the DVD by mail business. It's pretty evident in the 20+% growth that Netflix sees in its subscribers, we think, this year. I think the key is that DVDs are still going to be the primary business here for Netflix for several years going forward, but what we're seeing this morning is really a bigger step into the digital space, which is clearly the future, but it's still at least a few years away. But this is a good first step.
So they have this new box that they're doing with Roku where you can basically stream movies to your TV set, but don't they have a plan to develop set-top boxes with LG? What's the difference, and what's going to make Netflix the winner here versus all these other services, whether it's what Apple's doing or even Yahoo with TiVo?
Right. So I do think there's basically what Netflix is doing in the digital space is essentially I think they're looking at different points really on the value chain. So the device this morning with Roku is it's a more simple device. It's low priced, below $100. I think what we'll see going forward, probably 2 more devices announced by year end or in time for the holiday season. Basically, those devices I think will be multi-function, more integrated devices, potentially a gaming console, potentially even a higher-end DVD or Blu-ray.
You said a gaming console?
Potentially.
You touched on a nerve with her, yeah.
No,
gaming.
you were huffing and puffing. What were you going to ask?
Well, because I'm just trying to figure out where Netflix fits in. Right. Okay, when they don't own the content, right?
That's right.
That's the movie studios, etc.
Yes.
They don't own the distribution necessarily once it comes through the pipes, because that's going to be the cable and the Verizons of the world. So where are they fitting in here?
So where Netflix really fits in is that when we talked about how basically the business is still DVDs primarily now, and I think it stays that way for a number of years. We're making the steps into digital, and digital is a very wide open space at the moment. So think Apple, think Amazon, think Netflix, potentially some other players as well. What Netflix basically brings into the digital world right now is a base of more than 8 million subscribers, paying a monthly fee to Netflix essentially. So it's a loyal base of users who have put millions of reviews into Netflix's recommendation system, and that's what they bring into digital.
And also, what about available content? Because that's been a knock on other services, just not that many movies.
Right. I think that's a great point, because there have typically been over the last couple of years really 2 big hurdles to getting content to making digital movies really gain more mainstream adoption. First one, basically, that there's not a lot of content available. That is still the case. Even today, Netflix has 10,000 movies available digitally. They have more than 100,000 available through DVDs. And the second one is really getting it to the television in a compelling way. Now we're starting to see that with the Roku device this morning. Some other devices I think we get over the next couple months.
All right, Doug Anmuth, Lehman Brothers upping his price target and rating on the stock, and it's moving, Doug. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.